You good?
Oh man.
Alright, so what's up guys? This is Bren and I am joined by Mike.
My name is Michael. Oh yeah.
Alright, this will be a 6.85 patch analysis. So in general, yeah, we're just gonna go over the general changes. Alright, so Purge no longer deals bonus damage to summon units. Obviously that's
Pretty big
really
buff. Nerf. Pretty big nerf, but it's a buff to like Warlock.
yeah, it's a huge buff to Warlock. Like a nerf in
Necro
general.
creeps and stuff like that.
Yeah, nerf to actual diffusable against summon units. Siege creeps now behave like normal lane creeps for spell targeting rules. And they have 80% magic resist. I think that's really fucking bad for like Pudge and Marana.
Arrows hit siege creeps?
They do, man.
Oh my
I'm pretty
God,
sure they
that's
do.
actually insane. I believe it.
That's like really bad for Pudge laning. Who already has like a shitty laning phase.
Yeah, that's actually incredible. And it's a nerf to DK, so he does less damage to catapults now.
Yeah.
But you can infest him. You can test of faith. Is it test of faith?
Yeah, it's just a faith. Alright, dude, so
So it's kind of crazy.
the dragons, ancient dragons, they have an aura that stacks, two armor that stacks. I don't think that's really too big of a deal, other than like taking like a huge stack early in the game.
All just chin buffs, dude.
Yeah, chin
so
buffs
many
too.
buffs.
Yeah. Fix whatever. Fuck that. Abaddon change. Miss
Huge
Coil
Ags
reduced.
upgrade.
Oh my god, this upgrade is just huge. It's just a number change. 35 to 50. It's basically all it is. Just a huge buff.
Gyro's still not really playable, but it's pretty solid.
I think he's definitely playable, man. Seer fucking owns. I think you just have to offlane him. I don't think he's he's not a good support right now. He's not aggressive.
Offlaners don't get Ags on him anyways. He
Yeah.
gets zoned easily. He's
I think it's alright. Alright, so Alchemist, acid spray damage increased from blah 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 blah. And it's just this is actually a pretty big buff for Alchemist, I think.
They didn't
Like,
fix his issues. These aren't his issues.
No, these are not his issues, but acid spray actually does real damage now. Well, kind of.
It's 6 top end. It's really
Are you, dude, 6, man? 6 isn't that bad.
no, it's good. It just doesn't. It's not his problem. They just need to revert the stun changes.
Yeah, for
Maybe
sure.
add some HP on his ult. I think he's just too squishy and he doesn't do enough with the gold.
He does nothing with the gold. Like, a 6-slotted Alchemist is like what? A 2-slotted Spectre? Like a Radiance?
Maybe even one. Maybe
Fucking
even
one
like,
slotted Spectre, dude.
Yeah, it's like a Vanguard. Like, you could probably kill an Alc.
I mean...
You'd have more HP than him. You just kill him, right?
Alchemist just fucking sucks, man. Alright, let's move on. Ancient Apparition, Cold Feet, Cast Range. This is actually pretty big, dude. Because, like, this hero wants to be in the back anyway, spamming your...
Yeah,
the W thing. Yeah, it's alright.
That's not the W.
No, it's a Q, but still, like, he wants to be in the back, just to, like, spam the W.
Just buffing.
Yeah. Alright, so Anti-Mage, Blink Distance rescaled, it's just shittier in the early levels, but still the same at max level.
Same stuff.
You think this will actually change anything?
No, nothing at all. He's
Yeah.
still the same exact hero.
Yeah. Bane. Just some slight number buffs. Cooldown 10 to 8 for round. Well, that's actually pretty big. Enfeeble is the damage reduction, correct?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I'm not saying
actually...
the Enfeeble is too great. The Enfeeble, yeah, it's good, but you don't usually have more than like 2 targets you're gonna cast it on, besides like breaking Lincolns, right?
How long does it last for?
I want to say like 20. It's a long time.
It
It's
does
like
last
maybe
for a long
like
time.
15, 20 seconds. I don't
Yeah.
know. But the brain stat mana cost reduction is huge.
That is very
30
big,
mana
dude.
off of level 1.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Like before you could only use like twice in lane before like popping like a mana pot. Now you can probably use like 3 times.
Pure
Just
damage
way better.
nuke.
Yeah. That's basically it. Alright, Batrider. This is kind of interesting. So they reduce the damage, but they increase the
And it
duration. Yeah. So
So it
this
does the same damage over a longer period. Yes?
well
I didn't do the math.
wait, is it the same number of ticks? I don't actually know how the
I have
ticks
no
work.
clue.
I think it's a buff though because of napalm. I mean, I think it's like you get more
I think it
ticks in
applies to
overall
every
now.
tick.
I believe so.
So if you had like plus 30 damage per tick, you're saying doing 70 damage per tick for the 6 seconds of ticking?
Yeah, I mean like you have more ticks overall now, so it's just like it scales better with more napalm stacks on the target. You know what I mean?
The Ags is actually like insane. I think this hero is going to be like pickable again.
No,
I
this ag change is pretty sick, dude. This is really good actually. Like 100 damage per second on top of grabbing 2 targets. This is really fucking good.
I think the lasso not doing damage was Batrider's biggest weakness before he was nerfed. You know? Because you kind of lack damage to like kill anybody yourself, right?
Exactly.
So then when your lasso does damage, what does it last? Like 3, 4, 5? Is that how it scales?
Something like that.
That's a lot.
Does indeed a lot of damage.
That's a lot.
Dude, it's pretty good too because you can get the orb for the Ags and gives them a lot of HP and mana. Alright, so Bloodseeker. Their scaling changed from 100 to 25 to 75 to 25. This is fucking huge, man. Like, you don't get like that massive boost of like damage and move speed in like the early laning stage anymore. It's like zone off the offlaner. And it's just like a nerf throughout the entire game, really. And it's
I don't think it's overboard. I think this is a solid nerf.
no, this is definitely a solid nerf, but it's like a strong nerf though. It's not like it's not something small. And
It's not gonna kill the hero. Like if you're let's say you're a Bloodseeker player, right? It's not gonna ruin the hero, but it makes it more fun to play against.
exactly, a lot more fun. A lot more
Nerf
fun.
the early healing, which is another issue. He would heal too much.
Yeah, this is actually a really good change, dude. Like you can actually probably offlane against him now. Like before, if you were a fucking offlaner, you had to be like content with like getting 3 CS in lane maybe. I feel like you can do a lot more now against this hero if he's in the safe lane.
Definitely.
All right, so Bounty Hunter.
Pretty huge. Actually huge.
Yeah.
Track vision is huge.
The track vision is fucking massive. And the allied bonus gold reduction. So you snowball a little bit less off kills. Pretty big. Just some basic number changes. I still feel like this hero is just really strong.
I think that the track nerf is perfect. I don't think it's like too crazy or anything. I think it's just fine. It needed a little bit of tweaking, like with how bounties are, and not bounty hunter, but like bounty gold.
Yeah.
Track, like you would end up winning like 7,000 gold in a team fight.
It was a fucking
insane.
joke, dude. Yeah, it was a joke. I think one of these heroes' like problems was like the items that he builds too. He builds like the broken ass items like Solar Crest and Guardian Greaves. But yeah, he's just like a really good hero to buy those on. On top of being like a snowball team fighting hero. But yeah,
Agreed.
it's a good nerf though. Brewmaster, I didn't even read this. What is this?
I don't think it's really too.
There's just some reductions, some small number.
The hurl boulder is insane.
Yeah, 7 to 5. That's really nice. We actually, no, 7 to 5, dude. We might. That's actually pretty damn good in terms of like the uptime on this, on like the stun that you actually have on target.
Like a second long, I think. So it's a lot of uptime.
Yeah. All right, so Bristle
Probably not
back.
even a second.
Threshold reduced from 250 to 230, so you just cool a lot more from like full to 0. If someone's like attacking you from like the back, for example, or on the side, just solid buff. I think his pub win rate up. His pub win rate up a decent amount, 2% or something off this change. So, or maybe less, but it's still a good change. You just, yeah. What do you think of it?
Sure. I think it's solid. It's not anything huge. It's not going to make
Yeah.
or break the hero. Better.
All right, Centaur.
Slight buff.
Slight buff,
Well,
yeah.
Well, 16% at the top end is actually huge, but it's pretty good.
And yeah, this isn't too bad. Definitely a really good change. He's a really fucking strong late game now with like a heart. Seems significant in late game. But I mean, most of the time, I feel like in competitive games, I don't even see people even level return strength until they have both Q and W maxed. I don't know why. I feel like getting 1 point early is good, or no?
Because your nukes are more important, right? When you're playing that hero, it's not about chipping them down with return.
Yeah.
It's about just
Exactly.
stopping them and using your W and just one-shotting people.
But I feel like competitive players, they don't even get a single point in it during the laning stage. I feel like it's just so good against some supports. I don't know, that's just me. What do you think?
You get points in return early, you lose out on like the burst capabilities of one-shotting your support heroes. Because like the little Lionel is going to be like 300 HP running around, and let's say you had return, maybe he'd be like 250 HP, and you couldn't one-shot him. You know, like let's say you're level 2 and you had return, you can't kill him.
Yeah, fuck the feeding lines, man. Just not talk about this here. All right, Chaos Knight. This is huge, dude. This is huge. It lowers the armor by 5 for 8 seconds whenever you crit on Chaos Strike.
Yeah, that's on your illusions as well, huh?
Yeah, on your illusions as well.
Yeah, that's huge.
This is definitely a really good change. Even though they reduced the crit damage, it's still overcompensated by the armor. So really big buff.
Definitely. It pretty much guarantees when you ult, they're always gonna have -5 armor.
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh, actually, that's actually a good point, dude. Like, normally when you play CK, you want to like keep all your illusions together, right? Just so you can pop guys as soon as possible. But like, could you see it like people splitting one illusion out of each hero in a team fight just to apply the debuff? Or is killing like one hero more important?
When do you ever have like 5 people hitting 5 different targets, or just even like 2? I don't know. It seems kind of crazy to me. That you'd like split them up.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I guess if your ult's on cooldown, you could pop the Manta and like split the Manta illusions onto 2 different targets. But that's kind of weird either way. Nah, fuck that. You want to just burst your main target down, so you just want to keep them with you. I think that's better. What am I talking about? It's not like a fucking Radiance with Naga where you do want to split them up. All right. So Chen, you can go over to Chen here.
Chen's pretty good. Penitent's slow in damage. I mean, people didn't really want to. It gives people a little bit more incentive to level that up, like at all. Because I don't know, it's kind of a shitty ability. It's kind of, I don't know, it doesn't really feel worth it all the time.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, it's a little buff. It's all right. Test of Faith damage, mana. The Test of Faith damage portion, mana cost, and cooldown reduction.
That's pretty big. Yeah.
Mana cost is the biggest part of that by far.
For sure. Seer definitely has mana problems.
Not like you really. Well, maybe you can increase your jungling a little bit. You can actually like use that to jungle now, right?
Can you? Does it hit
mana
neutrals?
Cost?
Can you cast it on neutrals? I thought it was just heroes. Or I don't know, man. I don't fucking play Chen.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't play Chen either. If you can.
I mean, if you can.
If you can use it, that'd be pretty
Yeah,
good,
true.
Right?
True.
It's like a 500 chance nuke.
Yeah, it's.
I think.
You see fucking Chen junglers using spam and Test of Faith, man. Alright, so
Perfect.
Klink's buff? Did he need a buff? I feel like this hero is just like balanced or even good in some lineups.
I think his biggest problem, like if any, is that his strafe cooldown is really long. So I mean, whatever. That's fixed, I guess.
Yeah, but they also changed Helm of the Dominator now, so that build's a lot stronger, which we will get to. But alright, Crystal. Okay, why is CM getting buffed still, dude? Cooldown reduced from 15 to 30. Why is this hero getting buffed? Isn't she like? She's sitting at like a 56% pub win rate in this patch or some shit. I think this hero is just so annoying right now.
Totally fine. She doesn't need buffs, but she got some. Why don't they just give her like 5 movement speed? I mean, like make everybody happy. I think.
I agree, and maybe even like nerf her ult slightly. I think she's just so gimmicky.
Yeah.
Like,
Ult is way too strong.
Dark Seer, int reduced by 2. This doesn't really.
Yeah. Will that affect how many? I think it's good because it affects how many ion shells he can put out, right?
Yeah.
Now, I guess I'd have to like see it in play. I doubt it would actually make a difference like that early.
It's not significant.
I don't understand why they even nerfed him. Like -2 int. Like, come on, dude. Just make his vacuum a longer cooldown. I don't really understand.
Yeah, I agree. A longer cooldown on vacuum, dude. I suppose.
I'm just kidding around. That's been nerfed like so many times in a row. Gotta be like a minute and 30-second cooldown by now, honestly.
Yeah. Alright, dude. Fucking Death Prophet. Increase spirits.
Dazzle?
Oh, you skipped over Dazzle, dude. My bad.
Don't forget about him. That's pretty big. I like Poison Touch a lot playing Dazzle. I like to play him like a battler. That's cool to me.
Is this actually like? Is this really gonna do anything? Like you don't? I feel like you don't level it either way. Or do you go 2 points?
Battle Dazzler, man. You just.
Oh, you mean carry? Carry Dazzle?
No. Battle Dazzle.
Battle
go
support
in the safe
Dazzle.
lane and you like destroy the offlaner with your Dazzle, and you battle. You know.
I mean, that is like a viable strategy. But then then you're like level 6 and you're just sitting on no fucking levels as a Dazzle, dude. And then you'd rather have your extra points, like.
Well, it's a ganker Dazzle, right? You can like smoke.
You're right.
Get boots
You're right. You know what, dude?
It's not the best, but it's nice.
I don't know if this is really gonna change anything.
It doesn't change anything. It's just a quality of life type.
Quality of life, dude. QOL for sure. Alright, so more spirits on DP on level 1 and 2 alt. Well, actually 8 spirits, 6 to 8 spirits at level 1 on ultimate.
That's huge.
That's huge for sure.
Like how much of an increase is that? Like 20%?
For sure, man.
For level 1 ult was like not even worth using, so still not gonna be played, I don't think, but whatever.
Disruptor.
Actually that's actually so big.
That is actually big.
Over the target. Thunderstrike.
Yeah.
The whole gimmick of that hero is using Thunderstrike so people run away and then you glimpse them back. So with no vision over the target. Oh, okay, never mind. It's only over the target itself.
Yeah, only over the target, so you don't get anything else around them.
You only see him.
I
Still
mean,
pretty huge.
Could you see people maxing Thunderstrike now? Doesn't it do like 400 damage at level 4?
Yeah,
on a 9-second cooldown.
Go back to like the Dazzle thing, you know?
It's yeah, exactly. That's exactly how it is. But yeah, you're right. It's a 9-second cooldown, dude, in the early game. I don't know. You're right. I think it's the same thing as the Dazzle.
All right. There's Doom. He got a nice little buff. That's always nice. That's actually a pretty huge buff.
This is a massive buff, dude. 48, man?
Yeah.
30 to 48. He does so much AoE damage now, and he heals so much.
I don't know if it's a massive buff.
No, this is definitely a big buff, dude.
Damage and radiance, I don't know. It's pretty good. I think the biggest part about this, I think the biggest part about Doom in general with this patch is that he can eat the siege creeps, right?
Wait,
so
what?
You can go to your lane, your Doom, and you can eat siege creeps now.
It's interesting. That's actually pretty good, though.
Yeah, you can devour siege creeps. You're doing more damage with Scorched Earth. Like, Hero's in a good spot. He's gonna be. I think he's gonna start getting played a lot more.
Yeah, and level death cooldown roots from 8 to 7. That's.
Dude, you can eat creeps. Like you can eat catapults. You can save your tower and stuff. Like, it's actually so much gold. When would Doom ever get a catapult kill on the off lane? You know?
Never, man.
Never ever.
No, I think this hero is definitely viable now. I mean, like, you could go like a drums build on him now. I could see.
Tank up.
Just be tank up and
people.
yeah, move fast, dude. Like phase drums.
Perfect.
All right, that's enough Doom. All right, Dragon Knight, Breathe Fire debuff, duration increase from 8 to 11. That's pretty big for team fights. Like if you hit that on 3 heroes in a team fight, no.
He didn't need a buff. He was perfectly fine where he is, but he got a buff, so that's nice.
Yeah, it's a good change.
Wow, what a tiny buff.
Just yeah, tiny.
damage.
Fucking Earthshaker, man. I'm glad he got nerfed, dude. I'm fucking sick of seeing this hero.
I think the nerf is enough to like change anything.
It's not enough to change anything. I think he's gonna be like picked in every game still, but it makes him slightly weaker at least, especially in the early game.
I don't think he's gonna be picked in pubs as much. I think it's just gonna go back to like only Earthshaker is gonna pick Earthshaker, you know?
Yeah.
But
he was just in every game, dude.
Yeah, it was awful.
It got disgusting.
It's like the longest stun in the game, and so good at level 1. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was a good nerf. Solid little nerf.
Earth Spirit, quality of life, change. Elder Titan. All right, you can go over these, man. For the Elder Titan. Yeah.
Pretty solid. I think it's a solid little buff. I don't know if it fully fixes him or not, but his Echo Stomp area of effect is increased by a tiny bit. I mean, that's cool. Still get hit by it. You're a shit stain. Ancestral Spirit mana cost rescaled, which is really good. This is the biggest part about it, is that the mana cost was rescaled on his W, and it was doubled at level 1. Attack damage per creep. So his early game is better, right?
His early game is really good now.
Before, when you played ET, you didn't even cast that spell until it was level 2. Now the level 1 is the level 2.
Yeah. Oh my god, he already got a decent amount of damage in the early game with it. Like, I remember just like buying an Orb of Venom and hitting a few creeps with a hero and shit. Just like killing an Ancient Apparition. Just good shit. I think this is a pretty good buff for him in the early game.
Yeah,
and
it's huge.
The sticky duration, I didn't even know it stuck on heroes. But 1 second now, it's a decent change.
Pretty good too. Problem is, like, where do you lane that piece of shit, you know?
I don't know, man. He can't be the safe lane farmer, and he can't lane mid.
Could lane mid.
Could you though, man?
Against like DK? Like against melee, right? You could definitely lane mid.
You're right. Against melee, it's highly situational. But how do you lane him in the offlane?
I don't know. You just fuck up their pulls by doing a bunch of damage to it, I guess. I don't know.
Like, do you dual lane this hero? I feel like he needs solo.
Definitely does not need solo. None of his skills are like that important, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't have a lasso or
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Alright, fucking Enchantress. It's better healing. No longer a unique attack modifier. Does this really change anything?
It doesn't change anything at all, man.
Yeah, she doesn't really buy attack modifiers anyways. Alright, so Enigma. Midnight Pulse cast time reduced from 0.2 to 0.1. Area of effect reduced from 600 to 550. And black hole radius increased from 400 to 420. Alright.
Want Enigma players to smoke, you know? Smoke that
definitely, man.
Shit.
Yeah. That was definitely on fucking purpose, man. So, I don't even know. I don't know if this is really even a buff. I feel like Midnight Pulse was so strong. Well, obviously, like, the black hole got buffed slightly, but Midnight Pulse was always so good. And losing 50 radius seems pretty big.
Much?
600 to 550.
Yeah, I mean.
Oh no, that's not radius. That's overall area. But yeah. All right, so Gyro. Rocket Barrage nerfed again. I don't think this is too big of a change. His early game is still so strong.
I mean, this is the second nerf in a row to his Rocket Barrage, right?
Yeah. It still does a lot of damage, especially with no cast point. It's just so good. Called out no longer pierces spell immunity. It didn't pierce spell immunity before. It's just you couldn't BKB off the slow. I'm pretty sure.
BKB off anything. If you get slow and you press your BKB, you're still slow. I thought, anyways.
Yeah, I don't know what this.
Where you pop your BKB after.
Yeah, I don't know what this change is then. It
Apparently,
definitely.
the cooldown slow pierced spell immunity.
It did? I don't remember that. Alright, whatever. Moving on. Huskar. Magic resist on Berserker's Blood.
Hero's ruined. Unplayable.
Really? You think so?
100%.
No way, dude. I think with the
don't
Lash and Storm nerfs, he's like a lot worse.
What do you mean?
I mean, he was really good against Lash and Storm, and even like versus
Yeah.
the anti-mage, which people pick to counter those heroes as well.
The only reason he was good against Anti-Mage is because he would win the game before Anti-Mage could kill him, right?
That's
I mean,
true.
maybe, I mean, in a way, like Anti-Mage destroyed that hero, but the hero just killed the base before Anti-Mage could destroy him.
Yeah, it's like an early
Kill
Roche
issue.
push. Alright, Invoker. You can go over these.
Got some intelligence growth.
It's pretty fucking big,
Pretty
dude.
good.
Point
It's
0.8?
pretty good.
That is huge, man.
Huge.
That's a
And
really
like
good buff.
2k mana by level 16.
Yeah.
I think the hero's still just underwhelming. But
His
I mean,
spells are bad.
Yeah, exactly. I think the alacrity buff is pretty huge. You kind of just become a farmer, right? You're gonna go like Forge Spirits with alacrity, and you're just gonna like own shit. Then you're like a worse Windrunner, right? Like you're just auto attacking things. Like who's gonna die to an Invoker, you know?
Yeah, he's definitely underwhelming, but I mean, 30 damage on Alacrity now. Like, is that the way to go though? Exor and then 1 point in Wax and get early Alacrity, and then
Yeah,
go back for the
definitely.
quest. You think so?
100%, man.
100% dude.
100%.
You have like 90 damage now. Yeah.
Originally, when I saw this, I thought it was just a buff to Quaz Wex, but get alacrity and like own stuff. I don't know. You're gonna hit for like 90 at level 1, you know?
It's really
With,
strong,
like,
dude.
Like 3 points in Exort. Not really 90, but you know what I mean.
Exceptor now adds 1 level to stats provided by Quaswax Exort.
Pretty big.
So
It doesn't fix the hero.
no, you don't want Aghanims until like you're an insanely high level, anyways. So
Yeah, but still, it'll still add 1 point. I mean, it makes your spells better, but at that point in the game, like spells aren't really the way to go, anyways, because everyone has BKBs and stuff,
yeah,
right? Like
that's his
pipes.
problem, dude. Like, if they want him to be viable, I think they need to rebuff Forge Spirits, because he relied on those too much in like the late game, like the Mias armor and just the long range damage. Like Forge Spirits never fell off before, but their range is too shit now. So they just always die.
Yep.
All right, Jakiro. This is fucking insane, dude. So it moves faster now. Your dual breath, and it does a lot of damage now. Like at level 2, 40 damage now.
Dual Breath already like one of the highest damage nukes in the game.
Is it? Maybe at max
think it's-
level.
I think it's like 380 or something.
I don't know how many ticks it is, but it's a decent amount. And if you're ticking for 40 at level 2, yeah, just a strong buff. A lot more damage. Ice Path range increased from 1100 to 1200. It's decent.
Alright, it's pretty big. I'm not sure if he'd be playable still.
This Juggernaut
We'll
buff.
have to wait and see.
I-
Juggernaut buff, pretty nice.
It's nice. I think this is like for mid Juggernaut.
I don't know, but coming from Han, right? Nobody
Yeah.
leveled Juggernaut the way people level him now. Like,
No
you
way.
know, when you played in Han, you're just like max spin, get a bottle, and go mid, and like one shot
Yeah,
people.
exactly. It's just like mid every game, I feel. At least half the time.
Dota or in Han?
In Han.
Oh,
I always played
certainly.
him. Yeah, certainly.
Yeah, for sure.
He just couldn't carry really in Han. But alright, this is not fucking Han though, dude. But
Which is why I like seeing the Blade Fury change, because I want to see him played more like that Han way, you know, like where he would just battle and like kill people. You know,
I
like,
think-
it's like something to be afraid of. You saw that hero in Han, and you're like, I'm gonna like.
oh,
keep
it was
being
scary,
active.
man. I think I see him like maybe like 5% of the time I see Juggernaut in a game, he's mid. Probably less.
Yeah, I think I've only played him mid one time. Like literally once. It was fun though.
Cooldown reduction increased from 1, 2, 3, 4 to 2, 3, 4, 5 on Keeper of the Light.
Nice. It's a nice buff.
Yeah, it's a pretty nice buff.
Hero's pretty good. It's kind of like a niche pick, or
Yeah, fucking niche, dude.
Solid.
Alright,
Kunkka buff.
Kunkka buffs.
Actually huge. That Kunkka buff's actually so big. His biggest problem is that he's like a super greedy support because you just want to use the X and the torrent, but the X at early levels is so garbage, right?
Yeah.
So this just makes him a lot better at getting to the like the late support phase. I think is amazing.
Yeah, this is pretty good.
I think X marks with Octarine core would be like 6 seconds cooldown.
I don't think it would be a good like item option though for the Octarine. Either way.
What? As a support Kunkka?
Are you serious, dude? There's so many things you could get, dude.
Rush Greaves into like a glimmer, and then you get fucking Octarine.
We're talking about support Kunkka, dude. I'd rather have like an AC or like a Hex on a support Kunkka.
Why is a support Kunkka gonna farm an AC? Why wouldn't you like fucking?
How is he farming the fucking Octarine, dude?
How's he farming an AC?
Well, then why does it matter what he's building?
He's
Alright.
an Octarine, dude.
Alright, fucking Legion Commander. Is this... This just seems like she's a really good offlaner now.
Yeah.
With the damage increase.
I mean, yeah, it's still pretty greedy, right? But like, if you're left alone, you're gonna destroy whoever you're against, unless it's fucking Wraith King.
Yeah. I think this is a good change. I think she needs just a slight buff. I think she's like really good where she is right now.
I do too. I think she maybe just completely balanced right now.
Yeah. Alright, fucking Leshrac. You got Leshrac.
Thank God. He's gone, man. His hero's gone.
You think so?
Or shit. Nobody's gonna play this.
I saw like the... What was his win rate change on Dota buff? Was he the one with 9%?
Like 7% off now.
7%? And Storm got 9. One of them got like 9, right?
Pick right now. But it's huge either way.
It is fucking huge.
Look at that storm damage.
What's up?
He wrecked.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Look at
it's fucking huge, man.
That's insane.
That is insane, dude. I didn't notice the damage was nerfed that heavily on the storm.
Dude, it dropped 10%.
10%? Are you serious? Dude, you know how...
57% win rate, down to fucking 47%.
You know how much Lightning carried this hero, dude? And Bloodstone, obviously, but I feel like Lightning was just... It was so good, man. And it took no skill to use.
Yeah, the hero is way too easy. See,
way too
fucking
fucking
easy. What I like is that they didn't fuck with any of his other abilities. They just made the stupid easy mode like laning gone. So like if you're gonna still be a Leshrac player.
Oh yeah, dude. But he's just like harder now.
Yeah, he's gonna be more fun to play against because you're not gonna get one shot by fucking lightning.
Dude, it's so annoying. Like
the bounce is reduced.
Being at your fucking tower and it's still bouncing to you. Like there was no like laning in 6.84 against like Leshrac and shit. Just who wanted to play mid? Nobody wanted to play mid unless you were fucking Lesh. All right. Lich no longer splits XP with enemy. Okay.
Lich got a huge buff. All right, you know what?
For
you know what Lich's buff was?
The Chain Frost attack speed.
The siege creep. He can eat the siege creep.
Oh my god, you're right, dude. That's pretty big.
He can eat the siege creep. Like, come on.
That's pretty strong,
That's
dude.
insane.
Yeah.
And then it no longer splits XP with enemies, so you can eat the siege creep right in their fucking face, and they're not gonna get any XP for it.
I think the projectile speed on his ultimate is pretty big too.
Yeah, but like, who wants to play this hero?
Nobody's gonna play this hero, dude. This hero is so boring,
so
man.
Boring.
So fucking boring.
They're gonna make like No Tail play this shit. He's the only one who can handle
No, No Tail plays scary now, dude. It's like fuck that, I'm done, dude. Alright, so Lifestealer. Rage cooldown reduced from 19 to 16. This is actually bigger than it looks.
Quality of life.
This is bigger than it looks, dude, because like beforehand you maybe got one rage off in a team fight, but now you can probably get one rage off, and then like at the end of the team fight you can get it off before like the team fight ends entirely. I think this is okay, but it's not amazing. The hero still has problems.
I think if you're a BKB buyer and you're a Lifestealer, because that does happen, right? When they have
It
a lot of
does.
magic damage, you can just like buy BKB. You'd actually have like 30 seconds of pure rage, right?
Yep.
Like pure magic immunity.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
pretty huge.
I don't know.
As full control can be used on ancients.
I wanted to see more changes for this hero. I think he's just so fun to play.
I think with the nerf of some other heroes, I think he's always been in a fine spot. It's just how the game is that doesn't allow him to be played. I think if you over buff him, it would just like create this like rat, you know?
Fucking rat lifestealer just running around in every game. No, he just needs what do you call it? An agility game buff. It's like 1.9 right now, and his strength gain is also.
I think his attack speed's low or what?
No, his armor in general.
I think his armor's low.
Yeah. He has like 1 base armor, and his growth on attack speed and armor is just bad. Like.
Yeah, but you're a shield buyer and you're also a strength hero, so you have more HP. I think the issue is that he can't get farm. How are you supposed to like? How are you supposed to win against a Spectre or an anti-mage? Like both of those heroes have like, kind of like, well, AM obviously has like a ridiculous farm rate, but Spectre, once you get your radiance,
no, the game's fucking
like,
over, man.
You're insane. Exactly. Lifestealer needs a built-in radiance, I think, to fix him.
On what spell? On Rage? Oh my god, on Rage, dude. Added fucking Radiance on Rage. There we go. Even if it was like 20 damage per second in like a small AoE. That's a good change, dude.
I think it would be on Infest, actually.
No, man. The cooldown on Infest is too high.
No. Every unit you infest has a tornado running around it in circles. Kind of like Zephyr, you know? Every unit you kill while infested.
I mean, you would just pick Nakes and Spectre then. Max Dispersion, dude, and just fucking run around everywhere.
Just hop inside, yeah, you just hop inside the Spectre and tornadoes around him, like, it'd be insane. It'd actually be perfect, perfect buff for him.
Perfect fucking balance right there, man. No, that would be a sick change though if he had like a small radiance on his Rage. Alright, well, Lina. Okay, this is actually big, man.
I think it's huge, but I don't think it's enough to kill the hero. I think the hero's still playable, but I think it fixes it to the point where it's not the most dominant mid, you know?
For sure, way too strong mid before. You would use your level, use Light Strike Away array at level 1, just spam it, and then once she got it to level 2, with her attack range, you just couldn't lane. This is like a Leshrac hero. Like this hero made playing mid just complete shit because you couldn't like outskill her at all. She just auto won the lane. But now, I think you have to be...
Lina player.
Yeah, you have to be a Lina player. You have to be more patient when you actually use it for like CS and like harassing and everything.
Now the biggest problem about the Lina right now is the we haven't gotten to it yet, but the Yule's nerf.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Where the Yule... Yeah, okay, we'll talk about it later.
Alright, dude, so Laguna Blade damage reduced as well. Yeah, just slight nerf. Slight nerf.
You don't think it's huge? You think 100 damage pure nuke through BKB is...
I mean...
I think it's
is it really though? Is it really, man? It's the level 1 and level 2 barely changed.
No, it's just for the late game. It nerfs your late game, which is good. I think it's a good thing because BKB piercing like 1000 damage pure nuke is insane.
Yeah, you're right. 100 pure damage at like any stage of the game is pretty big. Okay, actually, now that we kind of got over like the mid heroes, kind of. Well, we haven't got to. Okay, I'll bring up Shadow Fiend later, but I think that hero is so strong right now in terms of mid laners. All right, so Lion.
All right. This hero's. If you buy an Ags on this guy, like unless you have a Dark Seer, you're stupid. So like, whatever.
I fucking can't stand seeing line players in pubs on my team. I don't mind if they're on the enemy team because they don't know how to move their fucking hero or something. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Can you explain the phenomenon?
I think Lion players don't have like a middle finger, so their hero like has trouble. They're trying to like use their ring finger to move around, and like it's kind of hard. You know?
Dude, everyone always picked Lion to counter Storm, but it never worked out. Like the Storm would jump on the Lion, and the Storm wouldn't even like zip again to like try and dodge a hex. Like the Lion would like take a second to figure out what the fuck was like going on around. Okay, yeah, that's Lion players, right? But the hero is hard though. The hero is hard to play though. So.
Lone Druid buff's pretty huge.
This is pretty big, man.
Yeah, it's huge.
He really needed.
The game a lot.
Yeah.
Your bear dies, you're like shit out of luck.
Exactly. Or you die.
Especially in like an off-lane kind of way.
Yeah. I don't think we'll see him in the off-lane. Still.
Oh, Bulldog.
I mean, he was only good in the offlane before because there was only like such a small hero pool because the creeps met so close to the enemy tower. Like you wanted Lone Druid because he could pull, but like his offlaning power got like so weak relative to everyone else's because of the change. Like you just want more useful heroes there. I don't think he's gonna be played in the offlane.
I agree. I'm just making a.
He could be played mid more now, with the mid heroes nerfed maybe. He was always an okay mid. Really easy to gank for if you had like an Uv.
Yeah, I guess the biggest problem with him mid was just that whenever you died, you were like.
That was the problem, dude. You couldn't get ganked. You had to play like the lane perfectly.
Fixed it.
Yeah.
At least partially. And I think 10 armor on his level 1 battle cry is pretty huge.
That's very big. 30 damage on his battle cry as well. That's pretty damn good. Alright, Luna. Strength gain.
Hero playable?
This hero was kind of playable last patch. She definitely
she was a
seems
shitty Gyro before. Now is she a better Gyro?
A better Gyro, dude? Are you serious?
Is she a better Gyro now, or what?
You said Gyro and then you said Gyro? You're saying it both ways?
Is she a better Gyro or what, man?
I think so, man. Like, all of the heroes that shitted on, shitted on her, dude, they got nerfed. Like, Storm got nerfed, Lesh got nerfed.
All the big, like, ranged nukes?
All the big range nukes, man. Lena got nerfed. I think she might be better than Gyro now. Or at least equal.
Maybe.
At least equal.
But then go to the next hero. That makes Luna unplayable, doesn't
Lycan?
it? Yeah, dude.
Oh my god, Lycan is so good against Luna, dude.
She's unplayable now. 5 units running at you with 40%
You
chance?
you can't win if you're Luna against Lycan, guys. There's no way.
Yeah.
I've been on like both sides of this matchup. What do you think about the matchup, Mike?
I think
Besides the units,
run at you.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, I'm so glad Lycan got buffed.
Like Lion? I mean Lycan?
Lycan is awesome, dude. You can actually play him mid now. This is one of the most fun heroes to play mid. And he took like a decent amount of skill. But I still don't know if like if like the nerfs to the mid lane heroes is like enough to make mid lane like a skillful matchup again. Because it's still double bounty rune. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
to be honest with you, I totally zoned out. I didn't hear what he said. That's
you know, double bounty rune, just like how the mid lane is right now. Like it's like a no skill matchup. Once you hit 3, you both fucking just nuke the waves down. Yeah. Stack, repeat, whatever. It's bullshit. But yeah, this is a pretty sizable buff to Lycan, I think.
Definitely is.
It's a lot stronger late game. Alright, so Magnus, power cooldown reduced from 12 to 8. This is something I wanted to see for a long time, dude. Like,
I think it's big because before you could only have your empower on 3 units at a time,
yeah.
Right?
Yep.
So it's actually huge. You can like...
This is really big.
Yeah, you can give it to more units. It's actually incredibly good. You can play him as like an offlane. You have a melee mid and you have a carry.
Oh my god. Yeah, dude.
Maybe like a Wraith King support, right? Then you can put it on yourself, the Wraith King, and your mid and carry.
Do you think we'll see like more like Tricore lineups with the Magnus?
I don't think Tricore is viable right now.
You think like dual core is the best?
Yeah, I still think Dual is the best.
Yeah.
I think you need a space creating hero like a Magnus or a Clockwork or a Puck.
I think that's what
like that.
I think that's Magnus's problem though. He doesn't really. He's so underwhelming in terms of like creating space. He's just such a good late game hero.
I agree.
But yeah. All right, Medusa. Damage in minute.
It's all right.
It's pretty good for early team fights.
Yeah. Some people didn't get the ability, to be honest.
Yeah. Doesn't... Am I wrong in thinking that Spectre's really good against Medusa? Or...
Why? Why is he good against Medusa?
I just feel like Spectre just jumps on the Medusa, and when Spectre pops his ultimate, like the snake, your split shot goes to like his illusions right away. So that's like a lot of damage lost, right?
Maybe. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either in terms of who has that matchup. Yeah, I'm not really entirely sure how much this affects her. So Marana, this is pretty controversial, dude. Like, is this like, does this actually do anything for the hero? I think it does. I think we're gonna see Marana mid.
Dog shit. I don't think he's I think he has like the Invoker effect, where like you go in your mid lane, you shoot your stupid arrows out, and you don't do anything the entire game. You know? I, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the Marana players will like show me wrong, but
3.3
like
edge again, dude. This seems pretty good to me.
When I see a Marana mid in my game, like I just throw in the towel, like drop my eggs,
just stock up on TPs and start like, fucking trying your auto clicker mid and shit.
I mean, it's an alright buff. I'm not sure if that's. I don't know how you fix that hero, but I'm not sure if that's how. It's nice, certainly. Certainly a nice buff for her, but
it's a pretty good buff. All right, so Morphling, yes, I like this change, dude. 3 to 3.4, like and then on top of that, the adaptive. I think he's all right. He's definitely underpowered still, but he's playable against some lineups.
Maybe needed to increase the movement speed of the adaptive strike with the
buff.
Like
for sure,
a
man.
Little bit.
For sure, it needs to be faster. I think it should just be instant right now, and just nerf the stun duration, so strength morphling isn't viable. So I think that's way too gimmicky anyways. Like a lot of the changes they've been doing to him has been like nerfs around strength morphling, and that also hurt just carry in general.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, I don't know.
Did hybrid change anything? What is this hybrid change?
It's for his Ags. It's like only support or offlane morphling anyways. Yeah.
Like this Naga nerf?
They need.
It's just a.
They needed to nerf Naga.
A support Naga, right? Nerf?
I think so. Definitely. Like, if you're carrying Naga and you're going mid, I don't think the damage at the lower levels really changes too much. If like you're playing mid, because you go up and use your Riptide to last it anyways, and very rarely can you get your Riptide damage on the enemy unless they're misplaying. So I don't know. Yeah, it's a good nerf to support Naga, which I think needed a nerf. And they needed to nerf Naga because all of her items got like buffed or cheaper. So I think it's fine. Alright, you can go over fucking Furion.
Alright, just a quick another thing about Naga, where the Radiance price was nerfed. That was a indirect buff to Naga. I mean, it's like one creep, right? But it's still a big deal.
Well, I think the buff to Radiance like negates her slightly slower early game now. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It like cancels out.
I don't know about that.
You don't know, dude?
I think it's just straight up above. I mean,
you think so?
Riptide damage, like if anything, that just means you need to get your Riptide to like level 2 or 3, right?
You're right, dude. You're right. At level 3, it's like almost the same, and then at level 4, yeah. So that might be a buff.
You don't even get your W. You don't even get your net on Naga.
No,
so, like,
dude. You don't get net.
It's purely support Naga nerf. That's all it is.
You're right. And this is a pretty big support Naga nerf because you don't hit level 3 that fast.
Exactly, it's huge. So I think it's good.
This year, support Naga needed a nerf though. It was way too strong.
Yeah,
competitive games.
Move on.
Alright, Furion. Honestly, I think a lot of this is just fucking irrelevant. So.
Yeah, I agree. I think Nature's Call Treants. Is that his ulti?
Yeah. The big ones? Wait, what?
I have no idea.
Oh no, that's just his treants, I think. That's just what they're called. Nature's Call treants.
I only play that here when I'm cliff jungling, so I'm not sure. Yeah, it is Nature's Call, so that's pretty big actually. Movement speed increase, pretty good. Vision reduced. Feels like the Frost Frog is trying to cut down on vision. Probably a good thing.
I feel like Nature's Prophet, dude.
Valuable.
Isn't this a hero that I think all of his skills are fine? He just needs some stat gain buffs, and he would be fine. His agi gain and his strength gain are just too low.
I can agree with that.
Yeah, but I mean, actually, with this patch, dude, he's been changing a lot of like stat gains around, so I think he's going back to that method, which he did like a long time ago.
One thing that I looked over is actually the Sprout mana cost reduction is pretty big for like early game ganking Furion, right?
Is it really though?
70 mana?
Is it really though?
It is. think of how many times, right? You're sitting like on the cliff, jungling away. Just kidding with that part. But how many times you're sitting there jungling and you don't quite have enough mana to TP and Sprout, so you decide you're not going to do it. 30 mana off a level 1 Sprout, like that could make and break quite a few ganks. I know there's a lot of times where I was a little bit of mana off TP Sprout, so I wouldn't even go for it. I mean, it's not huge, but it's something.
No,
right?
You're right, dude. It's like
Gives you more opportunities.
for offlane though, he's normally played in the offlane, and I feel like you always have a decent amount of mana.
Yeah, I mean,
For jungling, it changes him.
Yeah, I feel like Furion's one of the heroes that you can get away with jungling if you're a good player, right? Because you can actually have an insane amount of impact.
Yeah.
You can be anywhere.
If you have impact, yeah.
But then if you're a cliff jungler and the game's over,
just fucking sell your shit, buy some TPs, man. Go down mid. All right, Necro.
Yeah. So, I don't know why this hero was buffed, but
I don't know why.
Glad he was. These buffs make him really good.
He's one of the better heroes versus Spectre, I think. Besides,
50 damage onto his.
That
is
is significant.
And level 2.
175
right?
on level 2 now. That's huge, dude.
That's insane.
Where do you put him though? Can he? Oh my god, can he mid now? He can mid now for sure.
With Sadist and.
Hell yeah, dude. You put this guy mid now.
You just spam out the waves like a
You spam out the wave, yeah. I feel like this is a very good mid laner now. Besides, okay, he still gets ganked a lot, but you actually have
You lose to SF, you lose to TA.
Do you really lose SF? I think you break even until he hits level 5.
I mean, yeah, maybe you break even, or you crush him until he has raise, and he nukes him out, and then you can't last it anymore.
I mean,
right?
what heroes really even beat SF though? If he has a good lane?
TA.
TA, true.
TA runs at him.
I don't think Lena beats SF anymore.
Probably
no
not.
way.
With your level 1
80 damage?
LSA doing 80 damage, you can't even hurt him. His raise does that much level 1.
Just 100 at level 1.
You would just trade you just trade 3 raises with his stupid LSA and kill him.
Yeah. I think he's a viable
maybe he's a mid. I had a game earlier where I played Spectre against Mason Necro, and we almost lost. He got a blink dagger early and shit, and a little bit scary.
Yeah, I definitely saw some of that game. Saw some Spectre power there, dude. All right, Night Stalker.
Huge.
This is massive for offlaning, dude. How big is this, Mike?
5 more mana regen? That's so huge.
No, health regen. You said mana regen accent. You mean health regen, right?
Did I? Yeah, health regen, obviously.
Yeah.
So big.
How big, though, dude?
It's 1.75 big, man.
It's fucking massive, man, because it's he always got zoned out if you wanted to offlane him.
He's a greedy offlaner. And now
is he now?
Dual lane him even better. No way, dude. He's amazing now.
He's amazing now, dude.
So good. You buy your boots, you get an urn, and you just run around the map first night with all your fucking health regen.
What do you get after the urn?
You don't even need tangos. You just get 6 mangoes.
What do you get after the urn, dude? What's your build? Medallion?
Fucking Midas, dude.
Midas? Oh my god, I like it, man.
Yeah, I mean, either Midas or something like that.
You could go auras.
Let's
go drum Vlads. Yeah, anything, dude.
With that health regen, it doesn't even matter what you buy.
No, this game's already fucking won, man. You pick this hero, game's won. Alright. Nyx Assassin. Is this?
Look, I think the burrow not that big of a deal.
It's not that big of a deal.
I mean, it's pretty good. It's definitely good, but it's not that huge. I think it's the Vendetta duration that's the biggest.
That is very big.
Level 1 Vendetta lasts 40 seconds. That is crazy.
That is a really good buff. That's actually, yeah. Usually, you would pop your level 1 ultimate and go find a kill, and then you right when you found that kill, man, you'd pop out of your invis. You'd have to fucking retreat. But this will change a lot.
You had to know exactly where they were. You had to go
exactly
beeline toward a target. Now you have some time to look around.
Yeah.
I think it's big.
Okay, Ogre.
I don't know why this hero is buffed.
He was fine, man. He was fine before.
He doesn't need more armor. He already has. He's like the tankiest level 1 hero in the game. He has 1 more armor.
You get an Oob and you just zone out the offlaner on him.
Yeah, you spawn in on your hero, you buy an Orb of Venom, a fucking Ring of Protection, and a Mango in that order. and you just run to the rune, you know?
Dude, he's so strong at level 1. Alright, you can cast Bloodlust on towers.
Pretty crazy.
That's really good against 5-man teams. Like, if they're diving you, Mailman, and you Bloodlust your tower, it's a lot of fucking damage, man. You guys gotta get the fuck out of there real quick.
Multicast, fix a bug. That's good.
It's pretty good. Omni Knight.
Omni buff and nerf.
I fucking hate seeing Omni in pubs. He's just so strong.
Yeah. I mean, really the change isn't that big. I think it nerfs like Light Knight 69 and that's about it.
Does that guy even play anymore?
I don't know. It logs that it nerfs that logon abrupt guy because he plays Omni offlane. No, I think he only did against Lash, but I think the Legion or a stick
nerfs the fucking 6k Omni spammers.
Yeah.
Alright.
Exactly. You can take care of this whole Oracle thing. I don't think I've ever played that hero.
I played him like twice.
One thing I learned about that hero actually is that you can use Fate's Edict on a range creep and then deny it. I don't know if you'd ever play that hero as an offlaner, but you can have like a lich effect on it.
Fortune's End, is that the
That's
Q?
his ultimate.
Wait, what? That's his Q, correct?
No, that is definitely not his ultimate.
That's his Q, right?
Yeah, that's his Q, yeah.
This is big, I think, because it has a 2-second root, I believe. And it's on a 6-second cooldown now. This hero seems... And the radius got increased. Cast time increased. He's so good. His Q is so good now. If this is his Q, pretty sure. I mean, if it is, no, he's... That's what I thought of when I saw this buff. You know what, man? We don't play this fucking hero. I never see this hero in my game. Alright, so... no longer amplifies incoming non-magical damage. Yeah, it's like a nerf to his late game, which I thought was like his strong point before. Now his normal purgeability rules. Man, you're not really going to be purging that off anyways. And cooldown reduced from 2.5 to 2.25. That's pretty good.
I mean, could you even tell me which ability Purifying Flames is?
I mean, it doesn't matter what it is, dude. It's a fucking buff. But it's that nuke that heals. So you can get a lot... His damage is insane now, I feel. He's such a good nuker.
Yeah. It's kind of nerfed with the Fortune End damage being rescaled, right? Does more damage on level 1, but less damage at top end. So is he a better nuker now, or what?
Oh, well, yeah, of course. Definitely, dude.
Just quick burst?
Quick burst. It's still more damage overall. Well, actually, if you factor in cast time, it might just be the same.
Yeah.
Alright, moving on, dude. OD. Strength gain increased. Pretty sizable.
Yeah, strength gain's good. Sanity's Eclipse being buffed. I don't think they needed to buff it in that way. I think they should have just reduced the fucking cooldown.
The cooldown was way too long.
Yeah, I don't think they needed to add this 40% mana bullshit. I don't know.
No way.
I mean, that was always there, but... I mean, it's a nice little buff. Maybe it'll end up mattering more than I know.
I think he's playable now. Strength gain buff, and your ultimate has a longer cast range.
Maybe.
We might... What is OD really good against? He like 2 shots AM.
Invoker.
Oh my god, you're right. He does own Invoker. I could see him being... He lost to Lena mid before. That's for fucking sure.
Did he?
He definitely did. Because he couldn't drain enough mana early to like out negate like Lena's fucking long range harass.
Yeah, that's true.
I think we could see him mid again.
Maybe.
Because he's definitely not a safe laner. I don't think, at least. Alright, so PA now applies your attack on hit effects. This is pretty good for the late game. And this is good if you have like...
It's good for early game. In Orb of Venom, dude.
Oh yeah, you're right, dude. That's true.
You can apply your Orb of Venom at range. Pretty big.
It's a pretty big change.
I don't think it's huge. I think it's kind of like a quality of life, like interesting type thing. Maybe you could like win a game with this, like once or twice in late game, like a bash proc.
Yeah, it's
like a bash proc with your dagger. You could definitely win a game off of that, but I don't think it's. I think it's a little bit ridiculous. And one other thing to note about this actually is that it can proc your it has two separate crit procs, right? Because it has your actual coup de grace proc for the dagger,
Yeah.
and then it has your coup de grace proc from just your own attack. I think you can crit like fucking 2,000 with this thing.
I think, yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong, but
Well,
I'm pretty sure you can actually proc crit twice.
I think the change that you brought up and my friend Plum brought up as well, dude. It's like the Orb of Venom, really. Like, how do you land against that? Like, once she hits level 3 and she's just spamming out Orb of Venom, and that's so much better for like chasing.
A lot of damage.
It's a lot of damage. I think it's an alright change, but this hero still gets shit on by Solar Crest, Guardian Greaves, and Glimmer Cape. So
Solar Crest is nerfed, so that's a good
yeah.
thing. We didn't really go over that yet, but
PL changes.
PL changes pretty large. He greatly,
Pretty big.
He
really relies
on
on
his agility for his illusions.
His win rate went down pretty significantly.
Yep, Doppelganger I don't think is really that big of a nerf. I think it's just good.
You just need to be,
I think it's okay.
You just need to be a faster reaction time.
Yep.
It's not as easy mode. I don't know. This hero was kind of overrated though. What do you think? I thought he was overrated before.
You want to talk about PL right now?
Do we want to talk about him, dude? I felt like last patch he was really bad. He was really bad against AM, Storm, Lesh. Yeah, I don't know.
Pretty sure that hero wasn't pickable. I think he's the sole reason like every team lost TI because they tried to pick that hero.
He had like a 42% win rate last patch in competitive games, I believe.
We talked about this so many times.
I feel
if
like
you needed a hero that could right click, you pick PL. If you need like a hero that can do anything else at all, like blink or like split push, or you know, you need a hero that can like battle, like you pick something else. Like pick like
fucking anti-mage, man.
Pick a Pugna and he'd do better than a fucking PL carry.
No. Yeah, PL was he was auto win if they had no counter though. That's when I picked him. He was definitely really good against like Huskar lineups.
Was he though?
I mean,
you don't think the Huskar would just kill him?
Dude, if he could find me, man. If he could fucking find me.
That's a good point. So what do you think about the Phoenix change? Did it matter?
Sunray Mac. Okay. I mean, it's pretty big, I suppose.
I mean, 4% to 5% top end. It's pretty big.
That's decent change. I don't really play the hero enough to say like how strong he even is right now. Is he strong?
Yeah, I don't either. I'm gonna assume no. I think that's his weakest ability, or her weakest. I don't know. Is Phoenix a man?
It's,
the bird. I don't know. I don't really know.
Fucking cares, man. All right, let's
puck. A woman.
Fucking puck, dude.
I don't know if this fixes the hero.
This hero is just garbage, dude.
No.
No,
this hero's perfect.
This hero is garbage, bro.
No. This hero's way better. Come on, dude. Give me a break. This hero's sick. Everybody loves Puck. People love playing Puck. People love playing against Puck. I think this buff is good. Remember back to, you know, our roots being Heroes of New Earth. Puck's illusory orb was very fast.
It was very fast.
It was like really fast, and I think that's what needs to happen. I don't think this is it, but good start.
I mean, it is a decent buff for sure.
Yeah. Dream coil reduction is actually really big too. It means you can use it for a gank, and then you know a minute later use it for a team fight. Pretty big.
Yeah. So rot, more damage.
Pretty huge. The slow.
Look the slow. That is big, man.
The big part.
Offlane Pudge.
27% at level 1. Roaming Pudge, dude.
Yeah, roaming. Or maybe like the jungling thing that people do. You like hook the creep from mid lane and get like a fast level 2. Like you deny the lane mid. I think that can become really viable now.
Maybe.
It's hard to say though. It's a good change though. I wouldn't be. Sometimes you see these changes, dude, and like their pub win rate fucking decreases. Cause it's like he's gonna like end up like shitters are gonna end up like it's like misplaying him with the extra damage. No, this is a buff for sure.
Of course it's a buff.
Of course. Of fucking course. Alright, so Pugna.
Pugna. Movement speed increase.
Why are heroes getting so fast? Why do heroes need to move fast? Every hero moves faster than Morphling with boots, man. Like, just their base movement speed.
I don't know.
Morphling is like, whatever.
Nether Ward, pretty huge. I really, this is quality of life. I think it's so cool.
This is definitely quality of life.
It's just quality. It's so quality. You can place it in trees. Like, you can actually just place it in trees. So good. I think it's great. Buff to life drain. All right, it's a good buff, but I don't think it matters too much.
Nah, not too big. Quap, just it's a slight nerf on our ultimate.
Yep. Only it's. I mean, really, it's like so low.
It's a tiny. It's definitely it's almost nothing. It's 10 damage.
Maybe they're just trying to get people away from buying Ags fucking Octarine.
Yeah.
People would just buy Ags Octarine and kind of like waste all your slots. I don't think it was a good build.
This hero did need a slight nerf since all the other mid heroes got nerfed.
I agree.
I feel like this is like, I feel like Queen of Pain is actually such a strong hero, dude. Like if you're a skilled player.
Queen of Pain? Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it's a really strong hero.
Good hero. I really like this Razor buff.
Rather than every second. This is a big buff, man, because
it's huge.
Oh, this is huge, man. This is explain why this is huge. Like when you're attacking. Explain it.
Alright, I'll let you do it.
Are you serious? Alright, dude. So like since it was every second before, like you know, you got your auto attack in and that was great. But like now compared to like the new way it changes like smoothly over its duration, like if you're attacking someone as it's draining and it's just smooth instead of being like a tick on every second, it's just like a lot more damage. It's hard for me to explain, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you get every little bit out of it.
Every little bit out of it, yeah, that's what to say.
Instead of stopping at the last, you know, like 0.5 of your next tick, you'll have that damage instead.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a good thing. Ricky got a nice little buff. Doesn't really change the hero, it's just quality of life, I think. Maybe even better at offlaning.
Yeah. Dude, offlane Razor, man. What's up with that? You seen that lately?
Oh yeah, totally, dude.
Oh, what's up, Forrest?
Yeah, what's up, Bren?
What's up, Forrest? You want to join in, man?
What am I
dude,
doing?
we're at Ricky.
Talking about patch notes, come on.
We're at Ricky right now. Oh, don't type in mumble. It's like, it's too loud.
Alright, alright.
I don't know if I like this change, dude. I thought Ricky was fine before, and now he's just gonna become obnoxious in pubs.
I don't think it's big enough to make a difference. I think it's just quality of life.
It's quality of life.
Alright, Sand
Like,
King.
it's nice, that's it.
This change is like minimal compared to the last one. Or whatever.
Yeah.
This one's a ton of shit that's not really gonna change anything. Like, I'm sure you can look at Sand King, Shadow Demon, and like, okay, Rasta's got a like decent sized one, but Sand King and Shadow Demons are all like.
Right, you gotta slow the
negligible.
fuck down, man.
Fucking slow roll patch analysis, dude.
Slow patch analysis, okay?
Okay, so what do you guys
My
think
bad,
of?
my bad.
What do you guys think of the Sand King change though?
I didn't even know what that
It's
is.
slow
so
increase.
I have no idea.
And the expire damage is now 50% instead of 30.
I think the Sand King's never going to be attacking people anyway. Like, okay, that change only affects him if he's like actually in lane trading hit someone. So like he has to be in a 1v1 lane for that to sort of make a difference,
Yeah.
right?
So,
I agree.
so he beats
And I think
Broodmother
if he's
even
in like a
more.
1v1 lane, like most heroes shit on him anyway that are 1v1. Like a Clockwork is just gonna ruin him. A Quap is gonna ruin him. A Wind Ranger or like anything, unless he's like against, I don't know, Tuskar.
Broodmother.
Centaur or
He beats
something.
Broodmother.
Well, like, okay, but this change doesn't really affect the Broodmother matchup.
Like, could you guys see yourself leveling Caustic Finale over Sandstorm? Like, I just
No.
feel like Sandstorm is just too good to give up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shadow Demon, I mean,
Really,
it's
doesn't really matter.
barely anything.
Shackles, I think is.
That's
I think
big,
Shackles
man.
is pretty good.
On top of the total damage increase, 300 at level 4 now. This is definitely a significant change.
Oh yeah, that's huge. Plus the cooldown change, but like mostly the damage.
Yeah, I mean, like, before you would max Hex for sure, and one level in Shackle, just because you could free yourself up. But do you max Shackle now, or do you still max Hex?
No, I don't. I think it depends on the lineup.
Actually,
normally...
I change it back. Like, I think that only really affects things if, like, you have BKB, and you're only gonna have BKB if you're, like, some sort of core Rasta. But, like, if you're a core Rasta and you have to BKB and shackle someone, like, you probably lost. So I don't think it actually really changes anything. I think it just makes a useless ability, like, randomly better for niche situations. Like, okay, like, one every, like, 10 kills Rasta's involved with, he'll get off a full shackle, or maybe 2 or something, right? But, like, most of the time, if he shackles someone, he's just waiting to die anyway. In a team fight.
I feel like this... It's gonna be a lot more punishing for, like, offlaners to overextend, because you can get, like, 2 shackles in now, as they, like, try and escape.
But that's, like... That's such a long chase, though, and the damage doesn't actually change from level 1. It's only level 3.
Yeah, it doesn't... I mean, it doesn't change much, but, like, Shadow Shaman is just... He was so bad at doing anything against the offlaner. This helps out a little bit, at least.
I don't think it'll make a huge difference, but it's
I don't think it
nice.
really does. Most of the time, the offlaner's, like, not going to be that up against
Yeah, I mean, it's
Shadow
just
Shaman.
if they fuck up, you can actually punish them, like other heroes. Alright, so... Silencer, bug fix.
I think Silencer is actually, like, really good right now. Like, based on a lot of the other
really
changes
good,
from heroes that are going to be in it, like, by other heroes getting buffed and nerfed, that hero is actually better, because a lot of heroes that got nerfed in this patch, like Storm Spirit and, like, Quap and Lena or whatever, like, it doesn't sound like it's a buff on Silencer, but it sort of is, because those heroes farm stupidly fast to get BKBs, to where, like, Silencer is actually not even good. But then a lot of heroes that are going to, like, I think be in the patch, like, Omni Knight and Ogres and, like, maybe Night Stalkers and shit like that, and Nyxes, like, Silencer shits all over them.
Yep.
Silencer's pretty good against Spectre too. If your timer ult right, he can't haunt in.
And the nerf to Yules and, like, Yules heroes, so people don't want to get Yules as much to counter your ult. Items, like, kind of shit now.
I mean, did people buy Yules to counter Silencer out before?
Why wouldn't they?
I don't know, dude. It's just like such a...
28... What do you mean? It's such a cheap item.
if it was a support silencer, are we talking about a support silencer or a court here?
Doesn't matter.
Support.
It's the silence.
I think support's the best for it.
I don't think the silence is big. If you're playing like a Storm, you wouldn't get a fucking Yules.
No, you definitely... That was definitely viable.
Or Lena would buy a Yules anyways.
Yeah, Lena would buy a Yules anyways. Alright, so Skywrath Mage...
I think it's indirect weird buffs.
It's nothing too big.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter too much.
Well, wait. Mystic Flare no longer splits its damage over spell. I mean, I didn't know it even did that.
I think it's just like, yeah, that's really not like much of a change. That's just
like
sort
a bug
of
fix.
It's like a bug fix. I did not know that. Yeah.
Sprint now provides phase movement. Cooldown
reduce.
It's interesting. Doesn't matter too much.
The cooldown reduced, but also reducing duration is a buff.
Really this is definitely.
Yeah,
it's a buff. It's a buff for sure.
Because one of the problems, right? You like use your sprint, you blink in, and then like you still have your sprint on, and you're dying. But if it wears off quicker, you can initiate and take less damage from your sprint. That's pretty good.
Yep.
Plus, it has overall more uptime, because the difference in 17-12 is 5 and 23-16 is a lot longer. So, like, if you use sprint at a bad time and you need it for, like, oh, I needed to, like, go and chase this guy, like, sort of after a fight, it's a lot better. Because it has more percentage uptime, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. So for, like, more long, drawn-out fights, it's a lot better.
Yeah, I agree.
Sniper
change.
As
well as farming around the map.
Irrelevant sniper change. Okay, so Spectre. I don't know about the Desolate change. It seems like it's a little bit better in terms of farming. But the Dispersion change.
You can solo Roshan with Spectre now. You can solo Roshan with Spectre now, or if you get +1, if you get Aquila, Mask of Madness, and like Treads, if you get like a Lich or someone there with you to like Frost Armor, you can solo Roshan at like 15 minutes.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Wait, can you oh my god. You could probably solo it if you got it back then.
You can solo Roshan with a lot of heroes. Like, you can solo Roshan with, like, Shadow Fiend right now. It's just, like, hotted in, like, your level 4 aura.
Yeah, I mean, but, like, a fucking Spectre soloing it, though, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, no, it's dumb. Well, there's so many heroes in the game that can solo Roshan with the right items, like, really early.
Dude, I think this Dispersion change, it completely broke the hero, man. It's, like, the hero's in every pub game, and, like, her win rate went up by, like, 3% or something. I don't know. I think this change was just dumb overall.
No, I'm not. I'm not. I don't know. I don't know.
It's
this
really
buff's
strong
weird.
early game.
It's like a buff nerf. Like
It's a nerf to late game, like against physical damage, like right click and carries.
yeah, but
Yeah.
Spectre already kind of destroyed those, right?
Well, okay, Spectre also got buffed in the way that like Lena and like Storm and that shit
Yeah, the early
got
game
like nerfed. So like the fact that you can't just like pick heroes that just he does nothing against but can also fuck him sucks.
Yeah, the heroes that just win the game in 12 minutes before Spectre has boots.
Well, not that, but like the hero that can just like be on top of him in a second for no reason and then kill him because they're balanced.
Yeah.
Storm was annoying. Definitely one of the bigger counters.
And then
against
Spirit
her.
Breaker is broken or something now. I just played against that hero, and that hero would charge, and then like he hits you with charge and you get bashed, and then he would hit me again and I'd get bashed, and then I'm dead.
Pseudo random now.
Yeah, no,
Pseudo-random's
it's a
good.
buff.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, there'd be times like it was either you would charge in and you get 4 bashes in a row and one shot somebody, or you would charge in and you wouldn't get a single bash until like you died. So guaranteeing bashes is pretty good.
Alright, dude, this fucking Storm Spirit change. Was Storm the hero that lost 9%, or was he 7%? Which one was he?
I don't think he lost that much.
Really?
I mean, maybe I'm wrong. So I think you have to be a Storm player to play Storm now. I don't think like
You
I
have
don't-
to be better at the hero because you have to be more efficient with your ball lightning. Like it's not that.
Yeah,
big
So
of a
it's
nerf
actually
for
like a skillful hero
farming.
now. Skillful hero now.
Yeah, like it's definitely like one of those heroes where if the other team has Spectre, you might see Storm still picked up and shit like that. But it's not like that hero is just gonna solo like kill a Quap because he just zips across the fucking map and then kills the hero that can blink away.
Yeah,
You know what
he
I
actually
mean?
did drop like a lot of percentage. He dropped 6% win rate, but I mean that's pubs.
I mean that has nothing to do with that. It's just because retards pick it and like.
No, I understand that. It's just pubs. It's pub players. Like the Remnant. I think the biggest part about this is the Remnant being 100 at level 1.
Dude, okay, the problem with Remnant before, man, is because it took no skill to last hit or lane as a Storm Spirit before, because you would just auto attack 2 creeps down, then go up and pop your stack Remnant, and like it was just easy mode, man. It took no skill, and then you just had two bounty runes and 1 rune and 1 bounty. It was just disgusting. I think I like this change a lot. Now that's 100 mana.
Ben got a little buff.
So
I don't think it matters too much. I don't understand the I guess the cleave buff is actually pretty big. It's 30% at level 1
It's
instead of
huge,
20.
man. It's a very good buff.
I don't think it's that useful.
I don't think it's the 10% more cleave at level 1.
I think 10%
Yeah,
will be
but that's like a
significant.
level 1 ability, and Sven's like weakness isn't really like his early game or like how much he cleaves with level 1 ability. Like the overall difference is like 1% at the end, and I think it's like he's not really going to be cleaving stacks and like clearing stuff that early because he's probably going to get like a blink and go and fight people early. Plus, like
option
you
to
normally
do that.
don't even really stack for him. Like it's the supports that are going to stack for him, and it, like he can just clear with Stormbolt. Like I don't think it's really big at all.
I think
It's
it's
quality of life
decent.
thing.
It's decent for sure. I think at least.
Helpful.
But I
Alright.
don't think he's gonna get picked though. He has way too many problems right now.
I think he won't get picked as a like I don't know. I think he could get picked, but like he'd get picked in a really niche situation where like a team wants armor. Something weird like
yeah,
that.
like against like the old DP lineups and stuff. Alright, Techies. I'm not even gonna go over this. This hero
Gyro's
just got
killed.
nerfed. I thank God, dude. He shouldn't be in
Alright, so
Dota.
that
He
hero
shouldn't be
was
good.
broken yesterday, where his ultimate would never go away. Like they didn't have a lifetimer. He like there was this Techies on my team that would drop his ult, and he started screaming that like there was no cooldown on it, or like not a cooldown, but like you know how they like the ults go away. There was nothing of that. So he dropped 1 billion of his fucking ult mines in our base, and the other team couldn't do anything. Like literally 1 billion of them, and they never went away. So we just won the game.
Awesome. Love that hero. So
Alright,
fun.
dude. Terrorblade. Someone told me this hero's bugged right now. Like Reflection does 100% damage at level 1 or something.
Yeah, it does. It's all damage instead of 40%. It's 100.
That's insane. Alright, well I feel like this hero is just still garbage once they fix the bug. He still has the same problems. He's too squishy. And this hero is another hero I don't think deserves to be like good. I think he's too easy to play. Like the old rat style when he was just had a high strength gain and his illusions were tankier.
I'm
Yeah.
glad you agree with that. Where like some heroes just don't deserve to be good. Like
They don't deserve to be good, dude.
because they make the game so miserable, like Techies
Exactly.
and stuff too.
Tide Hunter. Does this change anything?
Doesn't really matter. It's
Not
nice.
really.
I think it's actually a slight. I think the reason it's so good is because it's easier to do Roche, maybe. Since like the medallion in the Solar Crest nerf to Roshan, like heroes with minus armor are going to be stronger, right?
Yeah.
You can't just like buy a medallion and do it.
Could
in
be
2
pretty
seconds.
good in the early game if you can get on like a support and get him into the negative, whereas before you couldn't. But
Yeah.
when do you get Gush anyways? I don't really play Tide.
Last, you don't even get that ability.
Yeah.
If you're some
Timbersaw.
sort of Neanderthal, you buy a smoke and you just like max Gush and you just run at the mid player, and then when you fail, like you just sort of call GG.
Just buy the fucking TPs, man. Go down.
Just buy
Alright.
back, pop your Ravage and base. Call it.
Whirling Death cooldown reduced from 8 to 6. Is that the
Doesn't
stat?
really matter.
It's a Q, right?
Yeah.
It's
Seems
not
alright.
that big of a change because no, I mean his issue is like laning. It's not
Yeah.
like
He's really greedy.
that, and his Q is never really useful like in the mid or late game because you do want to be on top of people, but at the same time, like your Q doesn't really matter as much because you're not going to hit trees with it, which is what makes it like super Gucci. Like your Q is only useful in the laning phase most of the time, or like weird gank situations. But as far as team fighting or like breaking base, it's like useless.
He's
The only thing it's
completely
useful is your
garbage at breaking
It's
base.
really good versus strength heroes, though.
ult. Yeah.
That's the only thing that really matters. It's like it'll.
Well, that's so
But
situational,
he needs to hit trees with it for the stat loss though. So like
Does
for
he?
it to be
I thought that was always all the time.
let me look.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
No, he needs to hit trees, dude. For sure.
He does?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's garbage.
That's what I mean. The spell's like useless unless you're like randomly ganking Auric if it's in the laning phase. Otherwise it doesn't do the 15% stat reduction.
I don't know. He can't break base, like you guys said. Like,
He can't
Yeah.
break base and he has problems defending it. Like obviously his ult's like sort of good at defending base, but like if the other team jumps up on you, you have nothing to like chain to or anything. You drop R and that's sort of it and hope that they walk through it. Like that's your base defending.
Yeah, I think the best part is that you can like pull the creeps off of the tower, but if they have a base killing team, they're just gonna kill your base anyways. They don't really care.
alright, Michael. Tinker. How is this?
I think
It's so dope.
it's huge because all the fucking lame heroes are nerfed. Storm is nerfed. People won't want to pick it against you. That was like your biggest problem.
Spearbreaker and Spectre, dude?
I mean, Spectre's huge, but Spectre's pretty big. Spearbreaker, it's alright. Like you're just gonna TP to a lane. You're gonna march twice and then blink away and TP home. So like, he has to really be ready for you. And if someone's that prepared, they're gonna kill you anyways, right?
I
Yeah.
just played a game with my friend playing Tinker, and it sort of makes a difference because you just click R and then you like whatever the homing missile is, and then click R and homing missile.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Click R
pretty
and homing
big.
missile. The
I
other
think-
team just doesn't want to play anymore.
I always liked Tinker, so I like this buff, and I think just nerfing all the other mid heroes made him better.
Alright, this tiny change. This is pretty big because you can combo now without buying like the stats. But I still think you want branches either way. And the strength gain, it's pretty decent.
I don't think it's that big of a deal. Like I think it actually helps the hero in a way that it like really sucks with. But like the hero has other issues outside of that, I guess. Like I don't know. Like I
He
think the
definitely has
hero's like
issues.
I think the hero is like good enough to be like pickable as is before that. Like I think he's in a really good place balance wise. It's just that other heroes were like stupidly strong like Storm and shit. Like you can't really compare a lot of heroes and say like, oh yeah, that hero's good, but then why would you pick that when there's just better? And I think that the fact that a lot of shit that was just better and like stupidly overpowered got nerfed into the ground makes Tiny pickable, I guess, you know?
I agree.
Yeah, I just feel like he's completely overrated late game. People think he's so amazing, but like you have to get that slot for the
Kills
eggs.
the base
I
so
think that
fast.
the biggest change
Yeah, he
for
kills the
base
base, but-
intelligence makes that hero good to play mid, like dual lane. Because like a lot of the issue is that like if you're level 2 or 3 and you're against the Shadow Fiend or something with a Wisp, you just can't fucking kill the guy, you know? Like you have a hard ass time.
Yeah,
and this
the in
makes it actually a
change
lot
is
easier.
huge. It's massive.
Whereas like if you're safe lane, like it really wasn't an issue because you're not really gonna like ever need to kill the offlaner, and if you are, it's not like based on you being able to like use all your abilities as tiny, you know? It's like a mid-tiny change, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
Alright, it's Treant change. This seems pretty decent. 140 mana, it's 100 at level 1. It's like a buff to PPD. The boot build, man. It's
buff.
pretty good. I mean, that's all there is there. Troll.
One of your stream gamers is right. Hitting trees is for the pure damage, not stat loss. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I just.
I see.
My
That's
practice.
pretty
True,
good
but
then.
you still have a hard time like getting close to people to use your Q though, like in most team fights. So like the cooldown reduction doesn't really mesh well with the hero. So I think it's still like the same issues where it doesn't really matter as much as far as Timber saw.
It matter that much. The stat loss reduction lasts longer than the cooldown anyways, so it's tiny little buff. It really doesn't matter too much.
It's tusk changes. Frozen sigil no longer goes through spell immunity. I'm so glad, dude. That spell was way too strong. Like all
Shards
game.
nerf, really good. I like the ice shards nerf.
Yeah, some good nerfs right here. I still think he's gonna be pickable. Still a really good hero.
I like the snowball nerf too. I think that's good. He added damage for his walrus kick, so people can still not buy it, but
Yeah.
I think it's good. Hopefully he'll be seen a little bit less. Hero's kind of like fucking easy.
Tombstone now requires a constant number of attacks to be destroyed. I didn't even see this. 3, 4, 5, 7. What? Is this like really bad against some heroes now? Like insanely bad?
Yeah, some heroes just straight hard
Wait,
counter
what
it,
hero?
I think.
Undying.
Oh, I don't think it's like not about making heroes hard counter it. Like I don't think like that was ever really an issue. Like if the other team has troll, like the number of attacks doesn't matter. That
it
hero
died
just
fast either
annihilate
way.
your tomb. I think what it actually does is make it so that like supports actually fuck up your tomb now. Like
That's-
a lion
that's
attacking
true,
twice
yeah.
is actually a huge deal, whereas before it wasn't. So it matters about like supports being able to kill it, which I think it's like a big nerf to the tomb. But like,
Yep.
you know, not like as far as carries. It just makes your whole team good against it, I guess.
True, true.
Soul Rip can now heal it like crazy though.
That's a pretty...
I
I like
mean-
that change. But yeah, that's
It's
gonna be
hard,
later. I don't think that's actually relevant.
Yeah.
I like
Fucking
the
Ursa,
Undying
man.
Eggs. I think it's OP.
I don't like Ursa. I feel like I don't even care
Oh
what
yeah,
his
Ursa
changes.
got some nice nerfs.
I mean, Earth Shock cooldown reduced from 6 to 5. His Enrage got buffed a little bit. Multiplier got a little bit worse. But I don't like seeing this hero in games. I think it's just really dumb in pubs.
Yeah, he's boring.
Ursa? That's
Yeah.
a retard hero. Only people with like a lack of brain cells play it.
Yeah.
That hero is so infuriating and is like one of the main reasons that people like hate Dota. Like, okay, imagine you're playing StarCraft and you like, oh, the other guy like harasses the shit out of like your mineral line or something. And you're like, well, I fucked up and that's why my opponent is ahead. In Dota, like, if you have some fucking monkey on your team that's just teleporting into a lane is like Furion and dying 20 times, and suddenly their carry has a billion items and can just solo kill you for no reason,
Yeah,
you like realize
it's
that
awful,
someone
man.
else has made the other team able to fuck you over, you get really mad. That's that hero. Ursa just like walks at someone and kills them, and then gets a ton of items and is suddenly able to solo kill you, a competent player, so you get infuriated by it.
I think they need to
Like-
find like some way to make the hero harder or something. I don't know.
You have to press keys in a certain like every time you auto attack, you need to press a key. You know? Like a certain
need
like
to
a
just
certain
rename
key in
it.
the keyboard.
Infuriating swipes. And it should just one-hit people whose IQ is like below 90.
Alright, Vengeful Spirit, agility gain increased, more movement speed. She has like the best stat gains in the game, I think, right now.
She does.
It's
I don't
pretty
think
good.
it makes her like okay. I think that that's like a decent change, and that hero's like the hero's sick, good late game. She requires some farm. Like as far as a 4
She's
hero,
really
that
good
hero
late
is
game,
the
just
best
natural.
4 in the game.
Yeah, I
Because if
agree.
you get like Blink Ags or something, and you're like level 16, you can straight up like swap someone and then immediately blink out. Like you can queue that up, and it's basically like you just fucking kidnap someone. It's like having a Batrider, except suddenly you have like a hero that's as strong as a carry because that hero's stat gains are dumb.
I like Vengeful a lot, and then her agility gain works so well with her passive E. I like it, and then also with the medallion nerfs, her W is more valuable.
Yep.
Poison sting damage increase for Vino. Now works on illusions.
It's alright.
Ultimate got buffed. Why? I don't
Buffed.
feel that.
Damage per second was reduced. Was increased at low levels.
Yeah,
So
I mean the
it's
Ags.
better
I don't like the Ags doing pure damage in AoE. I just
Pure damage?
yeah, it does pure damage, correct?
No.
Sure.
He has
What?
Ags.
Venomancer?
Vino Ags.
No.
Does it do pure damage? It doesn't.
I don't think so.
No.
What'd you think of that?
Jesus
I thought it did,
Christ,
dude. Everything does fucking pure damage. I don't know what.
It's magical. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, holy shit! If it did pure damage, that hero would get picked every game.
Dude, 30 damage per second pure? Hello?
I'm fairly certain that if you're playing Venomancer, you just don't even go.
Okay,
Axe
dude.
anymore.
It doesn't do pure damage. Thank God. All right. I'd never see the hero in my games, but like whenever yeah. All right.
No,
Soul
If
Viper.
you look at the change in time, though, I'm fairly certain it's the same damage overall, but it's like more drawn out early game, which is like a slight nerf because you want the damage done like faster early game because like fights are faster, you know.
Yeah.
But I'm fairly certain that if you look at like the overall numbers, that Ags isn't actually even worth it for late game, and it's not like you're making like a 10-minute Ags or something on Veno. So you're better off just not going that item at all and getting like probably an Octarine core and like, I don't know, a Hex and Manta or something like that.
Yeah.
Alright, Viper buffed. I don't really know why. It's another hero that I don't really like seeing, but I don't mind Viper as much as Ursa though. It's whatever.
Yeah, you're not a mid laner.
Nope. Fuck that lane, dude. Alright. Stormform area effect increased from 325 to 340. That's alright for birds.
I think that that's good, because like it was way too hard to land those things when like there would be some hero that just one-hits them.
Yeah.
I don't think it's the biggest change, but it's nice.
Golems can no longer be struck. Okay, Warlock might be viable now. His
I don't know.
golems are so good, man.
Okay, tell me this though. What heroes built Diffusal? PL?
I mean, the thing is, you could build it on
That's it.
any hero and it would just counter his ultimate.
But I mean, I think that most heroes just wouldn't bother because they wouldn't need to counter his ultimate though. Like if you have a core Warlock, like you probably lost the game, and if you have a support Warlock,
don't
you
need
probably
a core.
lost the game. Like what are you gonna do with Warlock to make him
Fucking
like?
offlane, dude. Offlane with Night Stalker, right?
I mean, I think the issue is that like any lane he's in loses no matter what he's doing.
Maybe. Maybe. Okay, his damage is decent. He has a pretty good auto attack animation. It's just his spells are underwhelming before 6, right?
1 second. I'm gonna pull up his like wiki page. I'll get you numbers.
Go for it.
Alright, so Weaver as well right now. Just the storm got changed. I don't think this is significant at all.
It's nice. Makes you actually want to like get the ability a little bit earlier, maybe at 4. Because before it cost way too much mana.
I guess. I don't think it's a very
little
big
buff.
change.
It's kind of nice.
That's alright. I think he's
I think
another
the
hero that
Winter Wyvern
needs
nerf.
stat gains. He needs a stat gain buff, I believe.
What hero? Weaver?
Weaver.
I think that Weaver's one of those heroes that's like a fringe hero where like that hero could be dumb broken like Storm, but he's just not like buffed to that point yet. He's one of those heroes where like he'll be good in niche games where you just can't kill him, but if it's not one of those games and unless you're playing like phenomenally, he's just, you know, he's just an auto attack and run around hero who's
Yep.
the best.
Fred J buff. So the Winter Wyvern nerf is actually
That's
really big.
pretty damn big, dude. No, that doesn't attract BKB targets. I like it. I don't think it's like a big enough that you don't pick the hero. He's still really strong.
No, it's just why should you be able to ult a target and have BKB units turn to attack?
Yeah, it's
that
dumb,
unit?
dude.
It should only
That hero
affect
was
the main
yeah.
unit.
Witch
that's
Doctor
good.
buffed, kind
Yeah.
of.
I
That's
wish
a Bren
Wyvern got
buff.
nerfed more.
You wish that
Like
Winter Wyvern
Wyvern.
got nerfed more?
Forrest said he thought or he wished that happened.
Yeah, I wish
Yeah.
Wyvern got nerfed a little bit more.
I think his
Because I
Q
think
is too
that
strong.
like all that matters is that you can't you can't just use it on a support now to instantly kill like a support. I mean, it's still like you can use it on someone that's BKB'd. It's just that like, you know, the BKB'd Shadow Fiend won't turn and beat the fuck out of the Witch Doctor or something, you know?
Yeah.
I think this Wraith King change is pretty big. Base damage increased by 7. I think we're gonna see this here a lot more now. He's always been pretty damn good.
I think Wraith King was always good. This might be one of those changes that isn't like actually important, but like with other heroes like Storm and stuff getting nerfed, like Wraith King was like always good before, and then shit that owned him gets nerfed, and then he randomly gets a change that is positive, so people will be like, oh, let's pick that, and then he gets picked, and then he does well, and then other people pick him, you know?
It's pretty much what I told Bren. Like, how much does 7 base damage really like affect his gameplay? Just makes his early game a little bit.
He can less it, but it's the same thing with like the old Jug when he got like an agility game buff by like 6 or something.
I don't think it's important. Like Forrest is saying, I don't think it's like important enough to like break the game.
I think
or anything. It'll just make people pick him. And
I think he did kind of have like a semi-hard problem, like in terms of like last hitting compared to other heroes. Like I'd rather be on an AM, because he's kind of like sluggish.
Be on an AM.
Yeah, but like Wraith King has like bad turn rate. He's not that fast. I mean, if the lane is like getting contested, you know what I mean? Like, this is pretty good buff, I think.
I mean, I'm gonna check his base damage. I don't think it's too bad.
All right, Bloodstone nerfs, pretty damn good. Time reduction.
Bloodstone, if you get down to 0 charges, your hero just shouldn't respawn. Like, that's your penalty. You bought Bloodstone, you fucked up.
No, it just fizzles out. It just gets deleted.
Yeah, there you go.
They nerfed Bottle. I'm kind of happy. I feel like they should have just nerfed Bounty Runes, but it's
Bottle, like the Bottle nerf, doesn't even change too much. I don't think, because like early game, that percentage of HP isn't super high, you know, and it's like mid and late game. Heroes like Shadow Fiend, which I think Shadow Fiend and Techies are going to be super high, like they're going to be the dominant mid heroes still. Shadow Fiend's just gonna like
TA and SF are definitely number 1 and 2.
That's what I mean. They're gonna be the dominant mid heroes, TA and SF this patch. I'm saying like the change in HP doesn't really affect them much because they're both just gonna like push out the wave with like mana, not really HP. It's gonna be the heroes that like actually take harassment or have to take creeps under the tower that are gonna get fucked by that.
Yeah.
Which is gonna be all the heroes that are sort of like not popular mid heroes. Like you're not gonna see pucks and stuff that are gonna like. It's a hurt to heroes like Puck, I guess, and like, you know what I mean? Pandas, other weird heroes that don't really see much mid play right now.
Now, is that a nerf? Is that a big Ember nerf?
No, I don't think so. You're constantly going back to base anyways.
I don't think so, because that hero can just zip back, plus like he has shield and naturally gets a poor man shield anyway. I think it's like, I don't know. Like I see Puck as one of those heroes that can't really use his cooldowns all the time to like push the wave out. And then the other like Shadow Fiend or whatever is just gonna push the wave up. Then he has to tank it a little bit under tower, and then like he accidentally gets raised or something, or like auto attack once or twice because his range isn't that high. Suddenly he's lost a lot of HP just for like nothing, and he just gets bullied out of lane a lot easier.
I think Puck needs a little buff to his W. A little bit of damage so he can one-shot waves.
Wait, what's the silence?
Would that be too easy?
What's the silence on it at level 1?
Damage or the silence time?
The silence time.
0.75.
I think it needs to just be reskilled up.
It's pretty bad.
Make it like 1, 2, 3, 4 or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Even like 1. Yeah, I don't know. 4 seconds is kind of crazy, so not that. It's like a fucking silencer ulti.
E-Blade. E-Blade cooldown 30 to 20. I don't know. This is okay for Morphling, but like it's still bad because of Glimmer Cape. This item is so bad because of Glimmer Cape.
Guardian Greaves got a buff somehow.
What item? Ethereal Blade?
Yeah, E-Blade.
Yeah.
Oh.
Why did Greaves get buffed? I don't know. That's crazy.
No idea. Apparently they weren't good enough.
Like they deserved it because that recipe cost was so huge, and I think it actually like it sort of makes like supports or like other core heroes that want to go Greaves instead of just like a mech Shadow Fiend or mech Viper and then they get treads.
Yeah.
I think the item is way too strong as is.
I think it's stupidly strong too. I was just trying to like justify maybe the reasoning because a lot of heroes would just stop with mech.
Do you think the reasoning might also have something to do with the arcane portion? Because you don't really want to press the button just for mana?
Well, that's true.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Because I like if someone is asking for mana and I have Guardian Greaves, I'm like, there's no fucking way I'm pressing that button for that reason.
So, Glimmer Cape,
Report him.
every aspect of Glimmer Cape got nerfed. I'm fucking so glad, man. That item is so annoying.
Good.
And Dust got buffed, so Glimmer got nerfed in that aspect too, right?
Heart, yeah. Heart buff, good for AM, good for Spectre.
That's not that big of a buff. Like, it's a pretty, like, tame buff.
To what?
Heart
Yeah, it's
health restored.
It's
increased.
okay.
Really
I
doesn't
can
matter.
see
You're
some
not gonna
games
pick
where it
up-
will win you the game, though.
you're not gonna pick
I
up
don't
the
know
item
about
just for
winning
that
the
reason
game.
alone.
I don't know, like, sometimes when I play AM, you just blink out, man, you just heal right up.
I'm not sure if you'd ever. Maybe, dude. Actually, when you think about it, like, how many times have you lived with like a little bit of health with heart? Like,
With AM, I think it's really good. I think it's a decent buff. But
Yeah,
for
it's
most other heroes, I don't think so.
halberd, pretty nice.
I think that's actually amazing.
What, the halberd?
Yeah. You
Yeah.
go halberd on some hero against, like, I don't know, a Huskar or some shit, and then, like, that guy's like, oh, fuck, he counter me, go BKB. And then you turn that into a Solar Crest plus, like, a Manta or something. Like, you could probably justify going, like, I don't know, halberd SF or something weird like that in some random games. Or,
Yeah,
like, halberd
definitely.
into some other hero that goes, like, Manta.
Yeah.
Alright, Helmetometer now sets a dominated unit's health to a minimum of 1400. This is pretty damn good for like stacking and shit with the lane range creep, and like good for clinks, right?
When would you ever let your creep die to fucking?
Well, no, I mean like sometimes like people just like waddle by and kill it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true, actually.
But this
But
is
I
really
think
good
that
for
should
clinks.
happen. Like,
You think that
I
should-
hate that you can't walk. Like, okay, you're walking by, and let's say it has that. They took that little tiny little zapper creep, and suddenly that guy's just following you around, zapping you as a support for the rest of the game. Like, I don't want to play against that. Can you?
Yeah, I agree with that. It's an interesting change. I don't really get it. Interesting.
Samantha got slight buff. I kind of like this, and the mana reduced heavily.
We talk about Lotus Orb Buff.
What's the uptime on it?
You tell me, dude.
Don't
I
fucking.
think
I've
that's a
never
pretty
built
nice
it.
Buff, though. Really? Think
I've
of how
never
much
built it.
that'll. Think of how much that owns Batrider.
No, it definitely owns bat. It's a good item. I don't know. What heroes can even like build it though? I think the build up is just.
Any hero can
It's
build
got to
it.
be some random off lane or like weird mid.
It has.
Like,
It has to be one of
it's
those.
got to be one of those heroes that doesn't have like core items. Like a Clockwork can make it after like he gets Blade Mail and Force Staff maybe or some shit.
Yeah.
Or like some hero could make
Spirit
it randomly
Breakers
at
can
like
make it.
30 or 40 minutes, but it's not an item that is just like, oh yeah, Lotus Orb's core. It's gonna get randomly picked up in some like tournament between like Navi and some other team, and the Navi ended up losing, but like, you know, it's gonna be top page of Reddit that like Havost or some shit got like Lotus Orb on Juggernaut. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
I think it's really good versus bad just because of the dispel.
It's
like
a 6
insane.
second duration with a 17 or 15 second cooldown, so it's still got shit uptime.
All right, this
Yeah,
fucking
it's
medallion,
the
dude.
dispel. That's why it's so good. The dispel is so huge.
I really like this medallion and Solar Crest
The,
change.
the spell is the best part.
Yeah, I like the medallion.
You
nerf.
can't use it on the fucking BKB targets anymore. It's so nice for a lot of
So
melee
huge.
carries.
Now, okay, that's only on spell immune enemies, so you can still throw it on your carry, but
Yeah, but I mean, like
you
it's
can just
easy.
switch targets.
It's easier for like the carry to like switch targets now. Before, like if you had a cast on you, that was just a lot more annoying.
Evasion
The
miss
Moonshard
chance is a
buff's
little bit
amazing.
The Moonshard
Yeah.
buff is fucking amazing, dude. That's crazy, dude.
It's pretty funny.
That's really good now.
It's quality of life. I mean, you're actually only
It's
saving
a
300 gold.
what do you mean quality of life, dude? This is just like a straight up buff, man. It's so
Saving
good.
300 gold. It's 300 gold less. Like, come on. Is it really that big of a deal?
I think it's a big
fucking-
deal, man.
Buy 2 fucking hyperstones. That build up is so awful, and then like a 300 gold recipe. Come on, it's quality of life.
Fuck it, man.
By the time you're building a goddamn moonshard, it doesn't fucking matter. Like 300 gold's like piss. You know?
No, Moonshard's like core on Luna. What you do is you get like bots, Mask of Madness, Manta, and then like the other team's fighting your like group of retards. You like bots into the lane that you already took the tier 2 tower in, and like you take their base in 2 seconds.
That's true. And you have like 2,500 fucking night vision.
Yep.
This Mjolnir got a slight buffed. More chains now, 8 to 12. It's pretty decent. It's better for solution heroes.
I like the boot changes. I think treads did need a little bit of an attack speed nerf.
Pipe of Insight. Insight aura now works on the carrier. I did not. What does that mean? Like doubles
I don't
now?
even know what the Insight aura is, to be honest with you.
It's
What is?
for Pipe of
Oh,
Insight.
that's the added like 5 or 10% mana reduction. So it just makes it so that like whoever has it is that much more
Yeah,
mana
it's slightly better.
or magic resistant. I mean, that item's still pretty shit.
Yeah. Why would I ever build this when I could build like a BKB, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Or like a blade mail and just return the damage instead of reducing
The
some
only
of
time
it.
I'd ever like consider making it is if the other team has 5 Leshracks, but like if the other team had 5 Leshracks, I'd just concede and ban that hero next game. Like even now.
So you move a lot faster with phase boots now with melee heroes, even though the duration got reduced by a little bit. Just a
that a
lot better
Nyx
for that
buff?
burst. Oh, a Nyx buff? I guess.
I think that the phase boot buff is actually a buff. Because it makes it so that like, okay, before I would just sit there and spam the key whenever it was off cooldown and
Same.
like
I'm always
now
spamming
it's
it.
like you can actually catch up and beat the fuck out of people. I think it's one of those things where like if you're on Juggernaut or something, yeah, you probably maybe don't get phase boots, but if you're on like a hero like Nightstalk and like I don't know, a hero that can actually slow or stun to where you need to catch up and like get in range to use it or something, you know?
Yeah.
But also doesn't get blink dagger, so I don't know, maybe like Clockwork or something. I don't know. I'm
Base
sure there's
block.
heroes out there that like fit the description that I'm saying.
I like
Right.
the Radiance buff.
It's pretty good,
It's
except
it's not huge, but I think it's hugely impactful for heroes that need to build it.
I like the hex buff. It really needed a buff, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't like the change where they
Needs
made
break.
like it needs break back, dude. That's exactly what it needs. Yeah.
Needs fucking break. That hero
Wait,
when
what?
you have a
For
scythe,
Hex.
you need to for scythe.
It-
When you scythe the hero, they're fucked. Why would it not break? Hello?
Well, like, if someone hexes your ally, you can defusal them or Lotus Orb them, and they go back to normal now because it purges.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think Lotus Orb is good for that.
I don't
Yeah,
know. Dude.
Defusal definitely is.
I think hex is just so bad now compared to other items you can build.
I think Hex is good, but it's not an item that you.
It's just not as good at
it's a
like
lot
shutting
more
down the
niche.
carrier
It's
in
not
team
more
fight.
niche. It's not like an item that you're just like, oh yeah, I've got a lot of gold and like every hero should make Hex if they ever get like 6 slotted. Now it's like maybe random heroes should make Hex or something. Like if you're on an Ogre Magi and you already have like Ags and Force Staff and Lotus Orb and like BKB or something, like Hex is looking probably pretty good for the standard game. Or if you're on Quap and you already have like Orchid and like Ags and maybe like a Force Staff for the other team has a bunch of murder shit or oils or something, yeah, this game's probably a Hex game. Probably not though, because you probably go AC on that hero now.
Yeah,
There's
go
probably
AC
a
on
lot of
the
heroes that buy it like 5th item instead of 3rd. You know what I mean?
It's still really good at getting pickoffs.
I
Yeah.
think AM
It's
got
just-
a huge buff with the
AM?
ringing Voidstone.
Oh yeah,
Ringing Voidstone
that's
reduction,
pretty
dude.
good.
That's like a free creep. That's pretty.
That's a free creep, dude. That's some
That's
money
a-
right
The
there.
TP
That's
change
a
also
free
helped him
fucking
too.
creep. Yeah.
Because I
that's
found
another
myself
free
TPing
creep.
out. Yeah.
You basically got like 3 free creeps, like right off, like boom, like start the game, you have free creeps already, like that's huge.
Alright. Can we talk about the biggest change of the local chat? It's the weirdest thing ever, dude.
Oh, the local chat. Oh,
Can I join your local chat, Forrest?
Yeah, Marietta,
yours?
Georgia. There was some guy in my chat earlier. He asked what high school people went to, so I told
dude,
him
yeah,
like,
it's
high
same
school.
guy as well, man.
And then he said, "Oh hey, what year did you graduate?" And I said 2012. And then he said, "Do you remember the guy who like died in a car crash?" And I'm like, "No, what are you talking about?" And he got super mad and was like literally yelling at me about how I'm a horrible person. Like, no, how is that my job to remember? Like that was years ago. I didn't even know the guy because there was a guy that died or something. And it turns out it was like his brother, and he was legitimately mad at me for not knowing a guy that I don't even know. And then some other guy was like, there's all the weird people who like spam KKK and Hitler like for blocks of text. And then there's some guy who like broke down by like landmark and was trying to get someone to come pick him up. This place is weird. Can't handle it.
something.
I think the change is
So-
pretty good, except I've seen like a bunch of spammers and shit already.
So Bren, are we done?
I guess we're done. I just want like a little bit of conclusion. I think, dude, I think Spectre is just so fucking annoying right now, man. I think the patch would be a lot better if the Spectre got changed. And maybe if
you don't like that Spectre's too powerful.
I don't like it, and I don't also like how they kind of ignored SF and TA. I think they just need very slight nerfs.
Windrunner too. Don't forget about Windrunner.
I guess.
I mean,
She's so squishy, man.
amazing.
Is she really
No.
amazing?
Yes, dude. She destroy. Alright, first of all,
Alright,
she's
I'm-
good versus TA. Second of all, she destroys fucking SF. Like, if that hero gets 2 items, she wins.
Yeah, you're right. It's
Like-
definitely a good hero.
That hero got left alone. The only reason that hero wasn't good is because heroes like Leshrac would take base by the time she had fucking like Ags, right?
Yeah, I don't really
now,
mind
but, like-
Windrunner though because she's kind of like a higher skill hero, you know.
Oh yeah, I like it a lot.
But maybe her damage needs to be reduced. It just seems too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's it then. Peace out, guys.